Hey guys, what's up? Edward Fominick here, and today, as you see from the title, I want to talk about something. As a high school student who uses technology too, about something called Windows S. So basically, if you don't know what Windows S is, I'll summarize it. I have it pulled up right here. It's basically like a an alternative for Google Chrome by Microsoft. So basically, they're very similar. And they both try to lock you down as much as they can. So first of all, let me highlight some key things. So for one, you can only download programs from the Windows Store. And secondly, um, your default web browser can only be Microsoft Edge. So yeah, we were joking. I know with my friends I used to joke about that. Like, imagine if your default web browser was forced to be Microsoft Edge, but now it's actually happening. So I can't even. It's sort of funny but really bad at the same time. But so what I think about when I think Windows S is a really bad operating system, but I'll actually explain it. So I think that first of all, one big reason, one of their biggest motivations for Windows 10s is pretty much to lock you to Microsoft as much as they can. When they lock your apps to the Microsoft Marketplace or whatever it's called, to the store, um, they're not. From what I heard, they're trying to sort of play it off as they want students to not be able to download malicious apps from like other places. So I literally thought of a solution to that in like 2 seconds. How about the teachers make an administrator account on every laptop, and then the students have to use a standard account. So then with that, the students can't download other programs like Steam or other things, and it's really easy, honestly. And what they're trying to do is basically they want to lock you to Microsoft now. And also, when they talk about restrictions, I also want to say that on my school laptop, my MacBook, they have a lot of restrictions on it. They control what websites you go on. They even control what email, what Google account you sign in with. Now, I can tell you it does not help with education at all. At least for me. I don't know. I don't think students are going to watch porn in class because no one's that stupid. And I think the worst that can happen is that students can play games in class, which right now, like from my experiences, they do anyways, and none of the web filters can stop it because you're always going to have a website that is going to have games on it. And literally everyone in my lots of students in my class have access to games. Now, also I'd say that Windows 10s, well, another thing that I really like have a huge problem with is that they're selling a laptop called the Surface laptop. Now, this thing is priced at, hold on, let me just, I think it's $999. So basically the lowest end model is $1,000, okay? $1,000. Now they have a 128 gigabyte SSD, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and Intel HD graphics 620. But they have Windows 10s on it, okay? They're selling you a $1,000 laptop that can only run maybe 500,000 different programs, okay? And probably only like 20 of these are actually useful. When you go on the Windows Store, like most of the programs are crap on it. There is probably not one program that you're using right now that you downloaded from the Windows Store. I can assure you that. And I think the way Microsoft rips you off that badly is horrible. And I think that you're better off getting an iPad Pro from Apple with an app store where you actually have some good apps that you can download. Like, obviously, Apple rips people off a lot, but I think that this is so bad that you're better off getting an iPad Pro from Apple because this thing is a complete ripoff and it's gonna fail. And I think this is gonna be a huge flop. Windows 10s, they try to put DS after it because they want you to think it's the new Windows. Now, since you know that like new iPhones There's the iPhone 6, for example, and the iPhone 6s. Now, usually the S means it's better. For example, the Xbox One S. And usually when you have S coming after something, that means it's much better than the previous thing. So they sort of want to make Windows 10s where people want it and they get it. And then they find out that they can. I'm sorry, I have a stuffy nose. Where they can only get apps from the web store. Now, they're obviously trying to compete with the Chromebook, but I think that I don't even see how this can help with education. On my MacBook Pro, on my MacBook for school, they can there are no apps that they get from the App Store there are no apps from the App Store that are actually useful. And at even the App Store on the Mac is better than the Windows Store on the PC. The Windows Store is complete crap. The Windows Store doesn't even have Microsoft's productivity suite on it. You can't get Microsoft. You can get the crappy version, but not the desktop version. Even on Apple, they have Pages, Numbers, and Keynote on the App Store. Now, if Microsoft wants, now if Microsoft wants you, now if Microsoft thinks that the Windows Store is a really good platform, why not they put Microsoft Office 365 and the desktop Microsoft programs on the Windows Store? Do you think that would show that they actually trust it and think it's a good platform? Well, they're clearly not, because it's crap. And they're not putting any of their suites on it, which I think is pretty like the biggest hypocrisy you can ever see. Now, on my MacBook, first of all, most education tools that are useful for education, are not available on the Microsoft Store. They they're usually third party programs, and to get by the way, I also have to say this. um Apparently, to get there is a way to that for you to side load for you to get third party apps from third party sources, but you have to pay an extra fee. So I mean, you might as well just get a device with Windows 10 Pro instead of, or Windows 10 Home for all that matter. So there is really no point for that. And um let me also yeah, so what I think for Microsoft, this is, they just want you to get apps from their platform so that their apps with their advertisements and apps that use their advertisement API, and when and they want you they want to make money. It's all about money, guys. There's nothing else about it. They want you to get apps that have their advertisements on it, and they want the money to go to them instead of other companies. Now, let me also talk about Microsoft Edge. Um, if you can't get Google Chrome if you can't get Google Chrome on a laptop on any device, no school is gonna want you to use it, I think. On my school, for example, every everyone uses Google Chrome because Google Chrome is actually a useful browser, other than the fact that it hogs your memory really badly. But other than that, Google Chrome is probably one of the best browsers ever invented, in my opinion. So I'll tell you this, guys. I think Windows 10 Pro, in my opinion, this is my opinion, won't really help with education. Um, Everything they say about it, for example, the fact that it's going to be easier for teachers to manage it. There's already third-party programs that do that. That do that. When Microsoft says that they're going to have better security on it, you know what? Actually, if you can only download apps from the Microsoft Store, you'd probably have better security, because just just the way it would work would be that, since if all of them are scanned with using if Microsoft actually scans all of them, um, that would be okay. But actually, other people say that like there's really like horrible and stupid apps on the Windows Store. Like if you, I'm not gonna say it, but there are some really bad apps on the Windows Store are that you'd be surprised would be on a Windows Store. Now, I think this video was like already 10 minutes and 35 seconds, and so I'm gonna wrap it up. And this was probably just a ramble, but I wanted to say my opinion. And um, I'm a student. I know how it works, and some big myths I think about technology and education is, first of all, firewalls don't help. If you try stopping a student, it's sort of like it it's sort of like gun. I know this is crazy, but this is crazy. I know, but it's sort of like gun regulations. They only help the law-abiding people. No, I mean they don't help the law-abiding citizens. They only help the criminals, because then the law-abiding citizens can't really arm themselves, and for them they won't. For them it's harder. Same thing for that. The students who want to play games and the students who don't care about their education are going to find a way. If they don't care, there's really no way you can fix that. They're gonna find a way, and it's really easy. I know how to do it. You can just download Minecraft on your Chromebook, and you can download it as a jar file. And if you download a Minecraft jar file, it won't detect it as another program because it's a jar file, and then it's gonna run it anyway. So so really, if a student doesn't care, that's his problem, and he's gonna get punished for it later in life. And the students who do actually care, for them the problem is that the firewall actually can block some really useful websites. For example, in Java, in my computer science class, um, um, there are some really good websites like Stack Overflow is one of the best ones. But for example, Reddit, you can get help from there too. It's not as popular, but you can get help from there. And Reddit is a really good site for a lot of things. Um, they also make you not be able to use your personal Gmail account. I mean, they do, but they make it much less convenient. And and there are useful websites, especially when you like do research in health. Obviously, like some keywords might be blocked on it, and that really makes it much harder. So um, I think that regulations and firewall and locking things down never work. And also, I just want to say, um, if you're buying a laptop for $1,000, where you can only run apps from like one store, from the Microsoft store, unless your school's buying it for you or something, I feel bad for you. I really feel bad for you, and I don't know how I can help you, but maybe you didn't know when you're in this. Maybe they actually like tricked you, and that would be that would I'd feel bad for you. And if they tricked you, I mean, that's fine. But if you actually wanted to buy a Windows 10s computer knowingly, like knowing that it has Windows 10s and knowing what Windows 10s is, I think you're really getting ripped off, and I feel bad for you. And also, if you're buying, same with the Chromebook Pixel, but if you're buying a Chromebook Pixel that only has Google Chrome, I feel bad for you too. But this video is about Windows 10s, so we're gonna stick to that. But anyways, guys, I thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. I'm not Austin Evans. I'm not Jonathan Morrison, or what if that's his? I don't even know his name. Oh, I'm not a popular tech YouTuber. So if you do actually decide to watch this whole video, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And um um yeah, just the fact that you want to watch a random 14-year-old speaking about Windows 10s. Thank you for that, and hopefully you consider subscribing, but you don't have to. It's your choice. And when you rate this video, if you don't like it, you can dislike it. If you like it, you can give it a like. It doesn't matter to me. But if you have a problem, it would be nice if in the comments you could write what the problem is so that I can solve it. But guys, thank you for watching again. I can't thank you enough, and have a good day. Peace.